in the South Bronx. It started with conscious rappers. So to my brothers and sisters who are rappers, see, you're part of the scheme, but you don't realize you are an unwitting collaborator in a scheme that is to destroy you and your future.
Let's be very clear, I ain't here to drink beer, smoke weed, shoot the breeze and break bread with you. I'm only here to resurrect the living dead with you. Thought it was some kind of a game, I'm not playing with you. I got the Moorish warlords with Moroccan short swords, Ethiopians with white face camouflage, already disciplined and ready for that sabotage. You listen to Minaj? Word? You should kill yourself and everybody that you came with. Arrangements out of jurisdiction, no arraignment. My name gets mentioned through the ethers, through high frequency speakers. Certified 45, get in line. Make this revolution rap your favorite pastime. Make listening to Coon Tune your very last time. Last time he was CO and now he's gangstified. Pushing keys, catching bodies, man, somebody lied. I'd rather listen to that God noise, levitate with fly boys, organize an army, bang dead prayers. Understand I'm not a missionary, just the devil's adversary. Extraordinary, compliment the feds. And most listening are subject to conditioning. They need a hook, something snappy just to pull them in. I truly sympathize, I hope this pretty singing satisfies. Now should we get back to business then? Separating gods from the nigga men, separating chicken heads from the heroines. They tell me constantly that I should change my content. You're just too conscious, maybe you should narrow in. Rhyme more about that street life heroin. Make it amplify, glorify the hell you're in. But where the hell you been? Clearly you don't know me then. Spit flame, ethanol, Jada Pinkett set it off. I gang bang on opposition till his head is off. His arm, leg, arm nailed to a cross. You're not a mob boss, Florentini, Machiavelli. Closest you are to Italian is sauce and spaghetti. The flow is deadly, hip-hop jihad medley. They could tell I was a rebel the moment they met me. Gotta respect me, the 85ers wanna sex me. Occupied by the 5, still I let them sweat me. You can bet me, Phoenix if they try to dead me. And the Republic of gorillas still ready to wreck me. I pull verses from my spleen for the have-nots who seem caught between the rocks and the hard spots. And most listening are subject to conditioning. They need a hook, something snappy just to pull them in. I truly sympathize, I hope this pretty singing satisfies. Now should we get back to business then? I'm not the only one can tell that something's going on. We hustle harder every day and barely holding on. These big banks getting breaks that we'll be gully on. And they'll freeze your assets, keep your scullies on. The same Babylon upgraded red bottom. And he was about that revolution till the feds got him. My man Scott got 3 to 5 for a bag of weed. But be a priest and rape boys walk scot-free. I bet you thinking that I'm kidding cause I'm throwing stones. It isn't me, it's ancient Masons in my chromosomes. Impatient ancestors raging through my ribosomes. See scrolls translated through a microphone. The freedom banger, hanger, Margaret Sanger. Planned Parenthood in every hood would like to thank her. Bankers, Rockefeller, Bilderberg, Unicon, DuPont, IBM, UNICEF, and Viacom. My verbal firearm annihilate the infrastructure. Comedic lexicon, cause I don't speak the tongue of suckers. I born degrees of the royal pedigrees and leave it mean 16 in my afterbirth. Still, most listening are subject to conditioning. They need a hook, something snappy just to pull them in. Just West, not Ruby Selah.
Man, that is
right. That's there. Fly, right? That's dope, huh?
That's a classic. No, I remember when it first dropped. You know what I'm saying? That was a classic right there. She was good.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah. She was good friends with Abundance. Shout out to Abundance Child. Abundance Child put me on to Nairobi say Salah. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Yeah. Her whole shit is tight though.
That's what's up. I need to check her out completely. I didn't even know anything about her until he started using her as an introduction to the show. Cause he's used her like a few times, you know, as an introduction to the show. Yeah, she's pretty dope. Yes. But peace, love, and light, family. Thanks for joining me today. I have Dr. Enqi, the awesome, brilliant Dr. Enqi here today with us, and we are going to just chop it up with him for a little bit. How you doing tonight, brother? You good?
Hey, I'm alive in a world of constant change. You know what I'm saying? All you can ask to do is be in the game. You know what I'm saying? Coach, keep me in the game. So
right. Right. Long as you're in the game, you can keep doing it. You know what I'm saying?
You might not win. That's it. You might not win the championship this time, but as long as you
still play,
man,
right? You can still play. You know, that's the key right there, is just still being able to keep doing what we're doing with no interruption. You know what I'm saying? Yes, so do you have, today is also Tribe Tuesday, we pay homage to Pop like we did before. So if you have a quote, feel free to share it with us.
Okay. I'm sure I'll have 1,000. I speak with hip hop quotes, so I'm sure I'll have a few before the show is over.
Well, we could come back to that at the end of the show then. But I wanted to, before I get into some of the questions I wanted to ask you.
Just one right now on the spot. I mean, I don't know. Buck shots out the sunroof of Lexus coupes, leave no witnesses. What you think this is?
Okay.
Is here. I damage and tear MCs fear me. They too near not to hear me clearly. I'm the triple beam dream. 1,000 grams of uncut to the gut. I don't know. That's like one of my favorite. That's like one of my favorite joints from Big. I got quotables I live by, I'd rather die enormous than live dormant. That's how we on it. Live at the main event. A better ticket than Maui on it. Residential. Oh man, I got so many of them in my mind.
I love it. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's a Jay-Z quote.
That's what's up. I actually highlighted today on Facebook, because for Tribe Tuesday, I always post who my pick for the week is. And my pick is Chris Parker, KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions.
Now wait, I got a quotable from my little brother. You know what I'm saying? One day we was in the we was at Club Pyramid back in the days, EOW. Shout out to EOW. But he surprised me. He was like, nah, this week I'm telling you, I got some shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he was in the middle of his joint, and he was like, on raw nights like this. Shout out to Mellow D. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jersey, East Orange, Rest in Greatness, the Cos, Mad Bay Studios, all that. But he was like, on raw nights like this, I perform like Chris, anyone, Parker, Rios, Wallace.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That's how dope he is. People be talking about him in their rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Chris Parker. Yeah.
Chris Parker is KRS.
Yep, KRS.
Then you had Christopher Wallace.
Biggie. Yep, who was Biggie.
And Christopher Rios. Big Pun.
Okay, all of the Chris's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And shame on me for not knowing that was Big Pun's name, because I'm a big fan of his as well. Big Pun was oh my goodness, rest in rhymes, brother. Rest in rhymes. He was dope as hell.
And I almost was signed to Terror Squad Records at the time. So I actually got to be in the crib on that famous couch now that people be watching that couch. You know what I'm saying? I was there on that couch writing rhymes on the same couch that Pun wrote. You know what I'm saying? Not at the same time. Oh my goodness. Pun was on the road somewhere, but I was in the crib with like Cuban and Triple Sace and the road manager Gilly, and just
that's epic.
In the trench. Oh, I got a lot of, I'm from the Bronx. Right. I'm not a guy that was inside. You know what I'm saying? Like I was outside.
That's what's up. Yeah. I'm from Detroit, but I used to listen. All I would listen to growing up was, hip hop, East Coast, out of New York. Most of all of the hip hop I listened to that's all it was growing up.
Royce. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got Royce.
Oh yeah, Royce, and we got Slum Village, and we got Jay Dilla, we got Delay. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Jay Dilla was like, Jay Dilla's kind of in a different space because he was like a musical. He was like
he was the producer, the maker of the masterpieces, making everything behind the scenes. But he did so much for so many hip hop artists. Like he did a lot for De La Soul, he did a lot for Common, Pharcyde,
everybody. Like he was he was that musical inspiration. So I got to actually be a part of. I had my daughter. She like sung at a couple of. She performed with Jay Dilla's daughters at a couple of the Dilla Day events out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm always, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? So
and see, and I've never been we'll hear a lot of local DJs, they do like Dilla Day. You know, they have a Dilla Day on his birthday, February 7th, I believe is his birthday.
Where are you?
Huh? I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta.
Oh, I'm talking about I'm in Detroit. You left Detroit. I came to Detroit.
You know what?
Yeah.
I remember you gave me that phone number. You said your phone number, and I was like, that looks like a Pontiac number, a Detroit number. My sister lives in Roseville, and she has the same area code. You know, she lives in Roseville, and then my other sister lives in Detroit.
Yeah, at the time,
but
across the street.
A lot of people do Dilla Day here, but I want to go to Detroit and witness Dilla Day. You know what I'm saying? I know that's something big.
It is. It was so big that like my daughter couldn't really understand it. It was like it was a beautiful thing though. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like a whole space where, you know, like it was an educational process. Like it was a lot, you know, just to be able to learn and be like, whoop, whoop. And then, you know, I have certain people that gravitate, like how Kevin Samuels would say, high value people attract high value people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have friends that after I explained, I was like, now look, yeah, you know, such and such that you see all the time. Yeah, he used to work with such and such. And he worked with such and such. He got Dilla beats and da-da-da-da. You know, like just have friends to be able to that was in those, you know, that was in, you know, sessions with Dilla and you know, I wasn't, but just have people around to be able to communicate that to her, that kind of, you know, firsthand and give us some
experience of that and who he actually was as an artist.
Like a lot of
celebrated all over the world, you know,
everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
He is celebrated everywhere. Everybody loves
him. Impact is everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Well, thank you. I really appreciate your contribution to Tribe Tuesday today, you know, and the little lesson I learned with Big Pun, because I didn't know his real name. But I wanted to also get into the Melanin Summit that you got coming up. That you're going to be a part of.
Yeah. I need folks to send me that money now. We just really trying to raise as like we done got to like, you know, I don't know if everybody really understands like what they potentially could be a part of. It's like, yo, we done went all these years with type 2 diabetes. Like you should be happy to have one of your own that has really like, bro, I put the time in and I got it. Like I got it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else ain't with this. This is not a remix Dr. Africa program, Dr. Sebi. No, this is Dr. Enqi. This is completely different. What to eat, how to eat, wake up, that everything is completely original and it's all based on and I think this is kind of awkward for people because like I was just discussing with another brother. People have never seen anything like this. And I think I'm experiencing a lot of backlash and jealousy from a lot of my contemporaries right now because
they didn't think of it first.
and it's not something that you can microwave. You can't, because it's people watched me for 10 years. So it's not like, for instance, if we take the most reputable scientific journal, right?
I see.
And we go get the magazine or whatever, and we look up some articles or whatever. We don't know them people. We don't know the scientists or the doctors that put the article together. We don't know the people that was in the research. We was not aware that the research was going on. We just see the article.
Right.
What I did is totally different because everybody around the world participated in the 40-day fast at least one time. and watch me doing it the entire time. So it's like, this is something that, you know, like people witnessed, and I don't know if they thought that it would just like go away, or it was just like a moment and be like, so now to have all that information and people realizing, oh wow, this wasn't just a thing, you know, like this just wasn't, he wasn't playing all this time, like this was a process, and now we're getting to the space of fruition. And so it's like, you can't even try to, like, it's no, like, I got so many people that are like trying to do like, just, it's so much whack shit going on, but it's just nothing you can microwave. You can't microwave doing a 10-year public study.
Right.
You can't microwave, you know, going to school to be a naturopathic doctor. Like, you can't do that overnight. Like, you can't see me last Monday and then decide, oh shit, I'm gonna go ahead and all of a sudden I'm gonna raise my children and I'm gonna be, you know, like, you can't microwave. Like, people been watching.
Right. It's not something that you just tomorrow wake up and say, this is what I'm gonna do. This is something that has to be studied. It has to be, you have to, you know, it has to be dissected and broken down to the lowest common denominator.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like a guy just walking from off the street. Like, okay, I'm gonna be LeBron tomorrow morning. Like, bruh, you can get to a basketball, you can get the outfit, you can get the sneakers, you can even get the haircut, buddy. But that's, you just,
it took him a lifetime to be who he is. Right. It took him a lifetime to be who he is. And
the arrow. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to get the check, but they don't want to put in the hours. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They want some instant potatoes. That's what they want. You know, them Idaho powdered potatoes, you just add water to it and you got potatoes. No, that's not how you do something as important as what you're doing, you know?
Right. And I wouldn't have been able to do it as a herbalist. You know, a lot of these guys, that is just herbs. They just, everything is herbs. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been able to do it as a herb person because it's bigger than herbs. I wouldn't have been able to do it as a diet person because it's bigger than diet. I wouldn't have been able to do it as an exercise person because it's bigger than exercise. So it takes somebody to come along that's not only a certified personal trainer, but also a certified sports nutritionist. That's also a certified master herbalist. That's also a certified elite calisthenics specialist. That's also a certified naturopathic doctor. Like, to be able to look at the entire landscape and really give people something that's like authentically holistic, which doesn't exist outside of my paradigm. You know what I'm saying? What people pass off as holistic is not holistic. It's partialistic, is what they should be saying, because when you go see a holistic healer, they're going to tell you something about herbs or your diet. You know what I'm saying? But
when it's so many more different, it's a lot.
It's find no holistic healer jump up there and do no pull-ups. They're not going to do no pull-ups. They're not going to run 4 miles with their children. You know, they're not going to do those things. All these years we've heard about CMOS. I was surprised to find out that I was the first holistic healer to ever be an actual mosser. A mosser is the industry for the people that go into the ocean and cultivate, grow, raise, and harvest CMOS.
Wow.
I'm the only one. The only one. All these guys that you see, they buying some shit from somewhere off Amazon or, you know, wherever. They buying it offline.
Well, you know, and you creating it yourself. You're pretty much you're creating it yourself.
Well, the ocean.
Wow.
I'm just taking my babies out into the ocean. Yeah, I'm just taking my babies out into the ocean, and you know, we jump out there in the water and go get it. You know what I'm saying? But the ocean is the real plug. You know what I'm saying? But but I'm saying, like, that's how my mind works. And so I don't be doing this to other people. Like these guys be thinking in their mind, when I go out and I'm in the ocean, like I'm doing that to do something to, like, nah, this is me in my space being more efficient. just trying to provide a better, more authentic solution to the people, because I found out, you know, there was a lot of discrepancies with that. Like, you don't know how many people had their hands on it, you know. Then I started to hear about the wars going on in the Caribbean, where, you know, people killing, you know, like it's gang wars over sea moss in the Caribbean. You know what I'm saying? Wow. A lot of people don't know that. Oh, yo, what's this? Bodies drop.
Wow. Over sea moss.
Over money. It's not sea moss specifically, it's over money, but it just happens to be that sea moss is now becoming a cash crop. So
commodity, right?
So it's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It get right, like, you know what I'm saying? So this I done seen
it's like the blood diamond. Like, it's you know, because
wow.
It's what here, but Ken Wardo, how much was that sea moss a pound? And not at GI's. It was like $30-$40 a pound for the Caribbean sea moss.
Yeah. So you got that going on. You got and then once the commodity goes that crazy, you know, it's almost impossible to control quality. You know what I'm saying? So you had you know, a lot of the sea moss, you know, being, you know, having like rat urine and droppings and just so many so much crazy stuff going on with the sea moss that, you know, and people didn't know what was going on with it. You know, you find out that they're marketing you yellow sea moss as golden sea moss as like a the top of the line nutrition for sea moss. And you know, I find out, you know, from really like getting into phycology, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then even asking people that claim to sell sea moss, I'm like, do you own at least one phycology textbook? They're like, what is phycology? That's more that old pseudo shit Enqi making up. I'm like, okay. I guess in the world of illiterate people, I guess I gotta be the guy that makes up stuff, because I actually open books, you know what I'm saying? So, but
ignorance is bliss, you know.
Well, I find out that yellow sea moss is not even a natural sea moss. It's a process of the plant dying. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So there's no natural yellow sea mosses. They only start turning yellow when they're dying. So they losing nutrition from oxidation. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no yellow sea mosses. You got reds, blues, purples, greens, but there's no yellows. Yellows is what happens to the blue, the green, or the purple when it's in a state of dying. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's just all this little stuff, and I'm like, I you know, I eat this with my babies. Like, I don't want that many. Then I learned how many hands was on it, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm comfortable knowing like 20 or 30 people that like handled my what I'm getting ready to put in my blender that don't have the same values as me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's the same as like going to a vegan restaurant. And look, everybody's not the same. That's why I tell people all the time, what I sell when you get gel from me, like it's the Rolls Royce, it's the Lamborghini, it's the Gucci, it's the hand
top of the line.
It's not even close to whatever that other stuff is. That when you open it, the smell smells so crazy. You could cut it like 10 times if you're used to that other stuff, because it literally, when you open it, it smelled like you damn near transported to the beach. You know what I'm saying? Like because of the potency level. And like, just for me, like I was uncomfortable with knowing that 20, 30 hands been on it. Like, and if I go to a vegan restaurant, I'm the same way. I don't want to go to a vegan restaurant and then I happen to walk around back and I see that the chef is, you know, finishing blazing his Newport, you know, knocking off, you know, like a pork, you know, pork rib, like that doesn't, like, I don't, not to say that it may not be good or whatever. It's just like, that's not how I'm, you know, like how I, you know, it's just, I want vegans to make my vegan, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want people that share the value of the culture, or even not maybe vegan, maybe vegetarian, you know what I'm saying? But at least somebody who's health conscious.
They understand exactly.
Right.
Just as health conscious as you,
So
And
when I
just as
started to
you
see,
know,
yeah.
and
So when I started to see a lot
absolutely.
of the practices in the Caribbean where you got like homeless guys or crackheads, you know what I'm saying, which is the large workforce in the Caribbean for the CMOS. Like most of them is crackheads, dope fiends. That's get because you know that's how it goes. It's the cheapest, you know. So you know, people with money, they just hiring. Hey, come on, who want to work? Who want to work? Who want to work? Get them dudes $15, $20 for the whole day. Let them run out there in the ocean and go back. I'm like, nah, bro. They got the sea moss
Right.
going on like dirty strings with bottles and like empty soda bottles and just like crazy. Wow. I'm like, nah, bro. This ain't.
Oh man, yeah. I don't blame you. You're gonna make me want to go start my own sea moss too out the ocean.
Hey,
Wow, that's
go to
crazy.
drenqi.com. You ain't got to do it. I got it. You know what I'm saying? But
You got
these
it.
are the
That's
things that you never
okay.
think of. These are the things that you don't think of. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, when you get into the game, and then here in the States, the resale game has got so crazy. They done started to add cut to it. So people are buying like sea moss and then they're cutting it with fake, you know, like stuff that's not even supposed to be digested by humans. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
To stretch their money and make a profit and do some, you know, so hold on, plug in real quick. But, so yeah, you know, the game is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
just all of them things, you know, I try to separate myself, and you know, like I think that sometimes people don't know what integrity looks like. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
When
absolutely.
you
Some
when
people
you
have no idea.
yeah,
So
when you pass on numbers and money to maintain, you know, your ethics, that's integrity.
that's integrity, absolutely. Because you can't be bought, you know? You can't be bought, and no
That's,
amount of money is gonna make you
that's
change your
yeah.
morals and your standards, you
Man,
know?
and on the surface, it'd be so much stuff going on, but people don't realize behind the scene, that be the main issue. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's like people be wanting
Mhm.
to move into a certain space or co-sign a person, and I'm like, nah, I can't. Not only can I co-sign that person, but I can't even stand next to you while you stand next to that person. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or I
Right.
can't stand next to you while you do that action. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
you know, so yeah,
I dig it.
I be taking L's sometimes, you know, but it's
I know that's right, but it's all for the better self. You know what I'm saying? For to make, you know,
it's all
to
about at the end of the
for
day,
you to be
it's all about what you can go to sleep with at night. You know what I'm saying?
right, absolutely.
I'm less
Right.
concerned with,
If you can live with yourself after you handle that transaction, you
right.
know, if
I'm
you can
less
be living
concerned
with
with the
yourself.
people than I am with the opinions of my babies, because they watching harder than anybody could watch online. They watching every step of the way.
Mhm.
They watch more what you don't do than what you do. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm. And it's something because you are absolutely right, and it's ironic you brought that up because we were having that conversation a few days ago about you know, about the connections that we making out here, and then a lot of the people that claim they're righteous and genuine really aren't, you know. And the it's unfortunate that, you know, they the it's all about money to them and
man,
not really about
I look back at my time in the quote unquote conscious community, and I'm like, man,
Mhm.
all these people talking about coming together, and there is nobody in the conscious community documented working with everybody in the conscious community but me. And I take heat for it. That's what makes it even more insane. They're like, look at Enqi. Enqi is not loyal to anybody. Look at Enqi done been with these folks. He used to be with these folks. He used to be with. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm loyal to.
right. Aren't we supposed to be uniting? Ain't we supposed to be
I'm
coming
loyal
together
to
and
the
building
people.
together?
Right. I'm loyal to the people. So
You
anybody
loyal
that's
to the
about
people.
helping the people, I'm with you. Let's get in the trenches side by. I don't
Right.
care what you want. If you're trying to help the children or you're trying to help the people at large, I'm with you. Let's get it in. Later on, if
And
I
that's
figure out something wrong, then I might have to, you know, bust a U-turn. But You know, I'm willing to work with anybody willing to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I thought that's what we all supposed to, and I learned
that's what we're supposed to be doing. And it's
I learned that it's not that. When these guys are screaming unified, they're not really screaming. That's not what they mean. What they mean is unify behind me. Not unify. Unify behind my idea. So if you're not unifying behind my idea, then it's not real unification.
Exactly. And it's like everybody want to be the smartest person in the room. Everybody want to be, everybody wanted to be they program, and they're this and they're that. And it's like, if you were the smartest person in the room, you in the wrong room. We're supposed to all be growing together. You know what I'm saying? We should all be growing and learning and building together, and it's like people get in it and they be in it. They have these people following them and listening to them, and they just leading them down the wrong way because they really don't care about them. It's all about them being the smartest person and the biggest person and the most popular person.
Look, this is where we at now. We done went so many light years fast. YouTube is I've had some very unique individuals that were supposed to be part of the team that actually helped YouTube to shut down my pages, which was a beautiful thing in the long term. So now everything is over at Patreon, which kind of insulates me from the goofy people that, and now just real supporters. So I got this 15-year block of videos and books and articles that, I've curated. A lot of the books I wrote myself, and, so all that'll be available at Patreon. We're going to start doing this weekend, this Saturday, clinics, diabetes clinics all day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just for the Patreon.
Tell me about the melanin documentaries.
It's coming. So we're going to start doing the diabetes clinics every Saturday. And then the first week in June, we're going to start a 40-day fast. And the clinics and the 40-day fast is going to culminate in the summit. That'll be at the Hudson Valley Theater in New York, July 10th weekend. And I'll be showing a private screening of the documentary of how all of this came about, and just how we got into this space. You know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of people that's trying to really, really support it and get some light around it. And it's just a shame that in that moment, the way it's shaping up right now, I'll be in that moment by myself. And it won't be because I didn't want to bring any of my contemporaries along. It'll be because, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So when I get into that space, people going to say, you're going to hear it. Oh, Enqi done switched. Oh, Enqi went over there with Enqi. No, Enqi didn't leave the people. The people abandoned Enqi. And because I have the value, because I have the value, y'all are confused. I've created a blueprint and did the undoable. So the value of the document that I have freely given out to the people, you can only blame yourself when you don't see the value and put the right value on it. You know what I'm saying? It's we push folks away sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're going to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, that we're going to enjoy it. We've been able to do a lot of work over the since February, when the major article kind of hit and, started this whole avalanche and of just small paradigm shifts that's going downhill, snowballing into a big, it's getting crazier and crazier by the second as more and more people start to really understand the discovery, you know what I'm saying, or the series of discoveries that I made and were able to document and share with the people. This is a moment in time that in 50 years or 100 years, or not even that far, even 30 years from now, people's children. Like when they say, "Oh, I was, when I was back in the days, I was out there in the back in the days, I was out there in the conscious community and woo woo woo." Like, wait a minute, you met Enqi before? So where was you at when Enqi was ending metabolic disease? Was you down with that?
Right.
And then you're gonna say, "No, I wasn't down with that because that nigga had gold teeth." And wait, what? You mean you wasn't that bullshit. You wasn't a part of ending type 2 diabetes because he had gold teeth?
Right.
Like I'm sorry, what? Like, so I'm just looking at folks like, you're not even gonna be on the right side of history with this thing. I don't think y'all understand that history done been made. History's been made. Are you a part of this, or were you a part of the group of goofballs that was trying to are gonna go down in history as the Black self-sabotagers? Because you can't document a hero without documenting all of the antagonists.
Right. Absolutely. You are so right.
So like I don't know if those brothers that shot Malcolm, you know what I'm saying, or the brothers that were creating the climate for Malcolm to get shot, I don't think that in that time period they knew we would have social media in the future, and we would have all these things and these discussions and video and names and dates and like forever in history, your family has to live with the fact that you were like a monumental, like goofball of monumental proportions. Like you were against one of the best that we had ever. Like you helped to take down. So is that what you did with your time? Like, is that a part of, is that your history? Were you a part of?
Yeah, you was just a hater. You was just a hater, and you wanted to just destroy everything this man was trying to do for Black people in this country.
So now we got it as firsthand, where Black people have literally become more dangerous and detrimental to Black people than anybody else.
Absolutely. The house nigga and the field nigga.
And listen, I got that's wait, that's another quotable though. That's another quotable. I said in my rhyme, I said, damn, I said you a house nigga. I'm not even in the field. Oh, that's what I said. I said, you a house nigga. I'm not even in the field. I'm free. You have no idea what it feels like to be me.
I like that.
Because it's the house nigga, the field nigga, and we forget in that paradigm that there was the free niggas too. They're like we get caught up in between the perception of the house nigga, the field nigga. Like, wait a minute, but what about niggas?
And there was the freak nigga, right?
Man, that was a whole nother. You know what I'm saying? Like. So I'm like, hold up, man. You can't even put me in that box. I'm way over here. If you're in that paradigm, you don't even know. I'm so many light years ahead. Like it's just gonna seem like I'm moving backwards. You know what I'm saying? And, but yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Throughout the course of the conversation, it's gonna be quotables from everywhere, because like that's how my brain is wired. You know what I'm saying? And I've always been just luckily in a position where some sort of unique hip hop thing comes to me. You know what I'm saying? So like one of my best friends at the time anyway, Mandel, I nicknamed him OD, and it stuck because he was a little crazy. But his grandmoms, he lived in a household with 3 parents. He had his mom, his grandpops, and his grandmom. So he kind of had the nicest home setting in the neighborhood. So we all went to his house to like eat shit out of his refrigerator, play his video games. And, if you didn't have no food in your house, you might get a hot plate up there or whatever the case may be. But Miss Johnson, his grandma, she worked in the shelter where KRS-One stayed. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
And yeah. She worked up in there. So
and where Scholar Rock met KRS-One, right? Scholar Rock met him at that shelter because he was doing work in there too.
Yep, at that very shelter. So she used to bring us home the joints early. Hold on, my sister. But yeah, so we used to hear that early. Man, I remember when Mobb Deep first came out, because you know Mobb Deep from Queens, but their road manager lived on my block. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that was, you know, I don't know. I could just think of so much. Like I'm the fabric.
Well, you was just right in the middle of everything. That man,
I
gotta
was outside. All the legendary nights when you hear rappers like, yo, yeah, in the tunnel when cats was getting cut and the chains was getting snapped. Like I was in the club every one of them legendary nights in the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't miss. I was everywhere that you were supposed to be at. You know what I'm saying? So I was outside, you know. That's all I can say to folks, because I don't get into like there's a negative connotation to being outside. So I don't really, you know, I just remind folks, like, if you know what that means, you know what that means. Otherwise, you know, I was outside, you know, I was, you know, all those golden years.
How long have you studied diabetes and you know, just, you know, teaching you know, helping people heal from diabetes and you know,
unknowingly,
other
without knowing it, probably I'm 44. So without knowing, like not purposely studying it, I would say probably about 39 years, you know, since I was probably like 5 or 6 years old, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
But consciously concentrating on it, I would probably say since my teenage years. So maybe, you know, 25 years or something like that. Because when I was little, I fell in love with magic and science and stuff like that. So at the time, I didn't know that it would become diabetes research, but I was studying the body, you know, just learning the basics of how the body worked, and just, you know, periodic table stuff and just little stuff, and baking soda and bases and acids or alkaline, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just that kind of stuff, you know, mix the vinegar with this, or, you know, what happens if you mix ammonia and bleach and then, you know, like, you know, if someone's like, so, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know. Me and my little sister Michelle, we got in trouble quite a bit for mixing up chemicals, and like anything that was under the kitchen sink, under the bathroom sink, in the laundry, like any chemicals I could get my hands on, I was mixing.
Was she your helper, or was she trying to be a scientist, a doctor as well?
Just as nuts as I was, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. she, you know, she's in her adult creative space, you know, like she's still in her creative space, you know what I'm saying? But
that's what's up.
But yeah, like, you know, I always was on it. It just wasn't until stuff started to happen that I needed to fall back on some of those things. And even at that time, it wasn't even something like my aunt got sick, you know what I'm saying? It was not me trying to be a healer, it was me trying to help my aunt, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, my daughter gets hit by a car. It's like, you know, I'm not going to stand by and let you, regardless to what your name tag says or what school you graduated. Like, I'm not going to stand by and let you do things that I know are counterproductive to her being able to heal, or maybe allow you to sell me an idea that she's incapable of healing because of what your experience and education level is. I'm like, oh, okay. So, okay, I get it. I know exactly where you at. Okay, yeah. Well, what happens is when you learn a little bit more, so you'll figure out that when you and this will stimulate this, and when you, oh yeah, you can get the new nerve growth and and they like, oh, where the hell did you learn that? What school you go to? I was like, I don't go to medical school. I sell phones at Verizon. They're like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm phone salesman. I sell phones. They're like, no, you go to medical school. Like, we get it. You're trying to, what are you, interning? Something like, no, nigga, I just cell phones. I just cell phones at Verizon. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool over there. They give me like 70,000, 80,000 a buy over there. But you know, my dad had instilled in me that, you know, early on, because I had it was a hobby for me. You know what I'm saying? So he instilled in me early on that you're not really blocked from any information. There's no invisible white man that's going to stop you from buying books. You know, that time period is over. Like, you can just go get the books that they use in any college. Harvard books are not only available for Harvard students. That was like a mind-blowing thing for me to learn. I was like, wait a minute.
Right.
I'm like, hold on, Dad. So you telling me that I could just walk down to any college campus and just buy any of the books? He was like,
yep. Yeah. The library is open to everybody. Their bookstores are open to everybody.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. So why would I go there and pay all that money in tuition if I could just buy the books and learn them? He said, because
that's it.
He said
that's all they doing.
Well, it's branding.
That's all they doing.
I'm saying, he said it's branding and networking. So the more you pay for the tuition, the more prestigious the degree, the higher paying network that you get in. And so it's kind of like a pay, and it like an initiatory, like you kind of like being initiated into a secret club, and they're going to make sure that, you know, based on if you pay 100,000, you know, you'll earn whatever, or, you know, like, but excuse me, but if you just want the information, like if you just have a pure thirst for the knowledge because it's your thing, ain't nobody stopping you from doing that. Go down there and get them books, boy. And and that conversation came because I was complaining that I had ran through all of the books in the public places. Like I had already ransacked Barnes and Noble's entire catalog of like what, you know, biology and health stuff, and, you know, and all that kind of stuff, and Strand books, and, you know, rare books, and all of these. Like I was in a space where I was hunting down like books that there may only be 3 copies in existence and stuff like that. And so after a while, you know, if, you know, he started me to writing books too, because he says, you know, if you're in a space where you're looking for a book for a certain information and you can no longer find those books, it might be because you were supposed to write those books.
Write that book. Exactly.
Research isn't out there yet because you're supposed to do it. This may be your contribution. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
your father's a brilliant man.
And you know,
a lot of good information.
Yeah, and he was a street guy. So very smart street guy. Yeah. Well, a lot of what influenced me to even try to, you know, focus my life towards healing people was, you know, my family history. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
So did it run? Did diabetes run? I know, you know.
No. But my family history is heroin dealers and dope boys. And so, you know, like all of them legendary hustlers, like, you know, my dad was in those spaces, you know, Pee Wee Kirkland's and Guy Fisher's and Nicky Barnes and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, but I just wanted to do something different and change the trajectory. I didn't want to pass that down as the legacy to my children.
Yeah, break the cycle, you know.
Even beyond breaking the cycle, I wanted to create a new cycle.
A new cycle. Okay.
New cycle. You know what I'm saying? And not only for my babies, but right there. I said, damn, what I said.
You wanted to create a new
cycle. No, I'm trying to remember the line in my song. I'm trying to remember the line in my song.
Okay.
kids, raising mine too to shine through the bullshit that blind you. Your wife be a dime too, you better pay her attention before I do. I'm just saying, while you in the studio trying to be a street boss, I might pull up on your lady with some books and some sea moss. When I say I do it for the culture, I'm that nigga. No biz. On the run eating, raising your kids. When I say
I do it for the culture, I'm that nigga. No bids. On the run eating, raising your kids, raising mine too, to shine through the bullshit that blind you. Your wifey a dime too. You better pay her attention before I do. I'm just saying. While you in the studio trying to be a street boss, I might pull up on your lady with some books and some sea boss. Give her some dictation. She unmastered. It ain't no levels yet. And I'm a great teacher. She gonna take notes like a treble clef. I teach street niggas some conscious niggas some street. Then teach them all how to eat. All on one beat. Get it? We working in unity now. The God of entendres, there's nothing they could do with me now. The God that y'all sponsored to rep the community now. We got chemistry fluently now. It's cool to be cool with me now. You a new jack. My blade sharp. I wield it greatly. How could Johnny come lately be qualified to rate me or debate me in attempts to persuade? Like, it's just too, anyway.
Wow,
like I
said, that is so hard. And it's like you said everything, you said everything that needed to be said. You know what I'm saying? In regards to what it is you're doing and how you're trying to heal the community, and so that the children end up just following suit with what you're teaching. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate you, brother, for all of the information and all of the knowledge. And please tell me again let's tell the followers and the listeners what day is the Melanin Summit.
Okay, so starting right now. Go to patreon.com /Dr. Enqi right there on your screen, right?
Okay.
And sign up, become a patron. This weekend we're starting our clinics, our diabetes clinics. People will notice that all the videos are gone. You know what I'm saying? You got to come over to Patreon. But on Patreon, I'll be having like all my old books. I'm giving them away for free. It's going to be crazy. But we're going to have the diabetes clinics all day on Saturdays. Starting in June, we're going to have a 40-day fast. That's going to roll up to our film release at the Hudson Valley Theater, which is going to be the Diabetes Summit in Peekskill, New York. Upstate New York. That's going to be July 10th weekend. And the reason why I keep saying weekend is because it's going to be it's going to be like a whole weekend celebration kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a victory lap to like slaying a dragon. You know what I'm saying? Like this is some real David and Goliath shit I done pulled off here. So we trying to really not only celebrate, you know what I'm saying? Because over the years, I've been able to like reverse cancers here and there and lupus and autoimmune, like just all kinds of stuff that people be excited about, but I really don't, because to me, it's not that impactful. You know, people be saying when I talk like this, sometimes people be like, yo, you're bugging, bro. What you're saying is crazy. But for me, it's not that big to be able to, in your lifetime, to be able to reverse maybe 10 or 20 people's cancers, or, you know, even 50 or 60 people's diabetes, or whatever the case may be, even though in their universe, you're doing like, you almost laying the hand of God on them. Like they thought they was dead and you done brung them back. But
right.
Science. This shit ain't going to be really like a moment for me until I could say, nah, I could do this for millions. I can do this for millions. I can do this for generations to come. This shit that I done put together is that solid. You know what I'm saying? So all these years, you know, it hasn't been that kind of space. And now we kind of got there. So, you know, we're going to have that. And then, you know, that's and in the process, we're looking at probably giving away. That's another thing. We're going to do some mosque giveaways. You know what I'm saying? So we're looking at trying to, we're just trying to figure out how we're going to do it, but we want to give away probably maybe 500 pounds or 1,000 pounds of chondrus as a part of, you know, the summit and just the celebration part. You know what I'm saying? So we, you know, we always give back as we exchange with the family. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it's going to be a very, very exciting, like 7 or 8 weeks that we have plan, but people have to join the Patreon to really be a part of it.
Well, I'm gonna go on there and join because I want to. So regarding the 40-day fast, will you be like posting every day or something like that during the fast, helping people to, you know, stay motivated and stuff?
We're going to be going. Listen, we're going to be posting daily, but not only just posting daily again. That's why I'm establishing the Saturday clinics, because it's going to be like all day type of workshop Q&A where I can work with everybody one-on-one and we can see where, okay, well, what happened this week? Did you, okay, great. You lost 7 pounds. Okay, cool. You okay, boom. We see, okay, well, all right, we stabilized sugar maybe, but we got to work on blood pressure. We may have to work with some, you know, like whatever we got to do, we're going to be able to do it so that we, you know, everybody can kind of rejoice and, you know, just have, you know, take a part in experiencing the magic, because like, my brother Diallo, you know, who was kind of responsible for the whole thing happening, he lost 100 pounds with me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So that's
big.
Right. So not only did he lose 100 pounds with me, but because of that, when doctors had diagnosed his son with autoimmune disease, he trusted me to bring that to me. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, you know, we knocked that up out of there, and his son is, you know, off to the races or whatever the case may be. But I'm saying, if not him experiencing that, because you could tell people shit, you could, you know, you got a zillion fake health gurus and shit online and all that, but when you experience the magic for yourself, it becomes a different type of, you know, it's like knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Nothing trumps wisdom, because wisdom is where knowledge is converted into an experience, and experience is what trumps everything for humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, even books are you trying to learn from someone else's experiences. You know what I'm saying? It's not real, you hands-on, you know. So we want to give people the hands-on experience to be able to really see how, you know, just for the people that may not have been able to participate or whatever over the years. And this is going to be like a more easier one, because within the discoveries, and this is just me trying to tweak and put the final touches on metabolism, I done learned tricks to control weight loss. So I did a whole experimental process on myself, and then, you know, then figured out, like, hold on, I can get people to start, you know, losing weight left. Like, it's crazy what you can do when you know how to turn the key to the ignition of the body. You know what I'm saying? So you can rev the body and get the body to look like you a workout person without even working out. You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
Because your body naturally has systems that's designed to get rid of sugar and fat. We just never learned that. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I'm definitely going to join, because I want to be a part of the 40-day fast. And unfortunately, I won't be able to come to New York for the summit or anything. We, you know, Sun Goddess Sense and KNS Apparel will be traveling a lot with the business, you know, just trying to build the brand and get more people familiar with who we are and what we're doing, you know. So
it's gonna be in the it'll be in the group for the tier. I think we're gonna put it on tier 3, so the tier 3 people will have access to the film and some of the behind the scenes stuff that goes on at the summit. So we're gonna make sure, because it's a global.
Well, afterwards, I'm gonna talk to you again so you can tell us about it.
Right. But it's nothing like experiencing it again. The experience, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna try to make sure that the folks that's
be there. You have to be there.
In Germany and the UK and France and all these places everywhere else, that they can still kind of tap in. So we'll have it on tier 3 for the patrons.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm gonna be looking for that. And thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for all of the information. I really appreciate it. And you know what? Here, do you see my phone number going across there?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you my phone number? Can you text me when we get off, because I have a couple of health questions I want to ask you, and also or call me, and also I wanted to get your information so I can send you a Sun Goddess Sense package and a t-shirt or something. Okay? Yes, so you can see what it is I do, what it is, the products and stuff that I make and stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
My info right this second. Yep. All right, you got it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you for joining me today, and I'm going to be talking to you again in
Knowledge Radio. Yes, ma'am. Shout out to the team.
Do the Knowledge Radio. Knowledge born Allah. Okay. For those of you who have been watching, I need you to like, share, and subscribe to Do the Knowledge Radio. Thank you, brother Knowledge Born Allah, for this platform. I appreciate you, and I will see y'all next week. Peace, love, and light.